Greetings, folks, and welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Coco Smooth, the Casual Collector and Cosmic Legionnaire. And in this segment of Cosmic Legion's reviews, I'm showcasing the Tusk Pilot. From Valkatar Book 2, I believe. No, I'm sorry, my bad. Outpost Zaxxius line. Yep. I don't think I've read one from Outpost Zaxxius before. There are many ways to travel between the circles of the Cosmerium. The routes that are officially sanctioned by the Ferox authorities pass through bustling outposts found in key locations across the universe. These outposts host countless travelers each ring cycle, representing the incredible diversity of races and affiliations found throughout Cosmerium. To keep the peace and ensure that travel is not impeded by long-standing feuds of new grievances, these hubs, including Outpost Zaxxius, are considered neutral zones. Travelers from very different corners of the known universe, some of whom would normally be across a battlefield from each other, can often be found sitting side by side on their way from one place to another. As these desperate travelers cross paths, they also share stories and places they have been and things which they have seen. The official reports coming out of Zatratos, the second ring of Cosmerium, do not always tell the whole story, and contradictory information is often carried from one traveler to another at these outposts. Some of this information would be considered heresy by the Ferox, and as such, it is whispered quietly and cautiously by those who relate these tales. So, okay, I wonder how many other of these are the Outpost Zaxxius. I'm thinking that it's from here going forward. Um, hmm. Interesting. I still got a lot to get. The Tusk Pilot. Tusk pilots are near the top of the hierarchy of soldiers employed by the Traders Union of the Five Circles of Cosmerium. This level of recognition tends to foster arrogance amidst the ranks of these pilots. Yet their sense of self-importance is well deserved given the skill and dedication required to climb to this lofty rank within the organization. For all the privileges and status that Tusk pilots are afforded, their positions are also a perilous one. Their position is also a perilous one. There is no margin of error for Tusk pilots, for even the smallest mistake can mean a one-way ticket from the cockpit of a starship to the fighting rings of a penal institution. Ugh. So yeah, they could get in huge trouble. And look, I love how red this thing is. It's just, y'all know me. Anybody who's followed my channel knows that red is my favorite color, and this just resonates with me. All right, so I'm gonna take him out of the package, and yeah. So because I started off with Fisher Rice, this is nothing special to me, but I just love variety, and this sucker is just looking really cool. And this is what it looks like in the package with all the gear that it's got right now, stuff that you've already seen before. And so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take them out, and you guys can see what else is going on. And the good news is it doesn't look like anything is missing right now, but we'll see what holds up. Okay. All right. So I got all the stuff out of package, and it comes with stuff that I'm sure you've seen already before if you've been following my videos. Standard pistol, but with different paint apps, looking good, right? The rifle with less paint apps than the ones that you've seen with Fisher Rice and stuff, but better than what the Tusk Sentries have. Really cool. For whatever reason, the ones that come in this kind of armor tend to have uh, similar stuff that come like these pauldrons, except this one's got fancy paint on it and designs, probably for the guild they represent. Um, and for the hoses in the back to plug stuff in when it comes with the hose, one wrist blaster or gauntlet blaster, and one, hologram map, planetary map, which is really cool. Makes sense because pilots, you know what I mean? They need to know where they're at. And trigger hands. I'm not sure if these hands could be used for rifles as far as keep, for the open hand, this is trigger, so it'll work, but I don't know how to, to have one that's open. I may have to cannibalize another fig, to make it match somehow, right? And of course, the alternate head, the ones that come with the science is pink, but this one is blue. Yeah, I might just put this bad boy on the science officer because the way the blue matches look like it makes more sense for him to have that, and he can have that red head. But for the sake of being congruent with the fig that we're showcasing, we're gonna show what it looks like with it. Okay. So yeah, I will show you what I'm gonna do soon. So what you want to do first is make sure you put the pauldrons on if you can, all right, before putting this on. Might meet a little resistance at first, but it's all right. It'll eventually start to fit. Love this nice candy apple red color paint scheme. It's just so nice, very Tony Stark-esque. Yeah, then you put this on, and of course, if you're the tube guy, you're gonna have to do the tube separately for stuff like you have to finagle a couple of things, like try to put the pipes in so that they fit first, so that when you finally do have to put it on, it won't be too much resistance, too much of a problem. You'll understand because sometimes it becomes kind of hard to do so. So now that I know that they fit without too much problems, the physics is going to be harder to fit it because of how it's just because of how it's awkward. You know what I'm saying? It was easier to put it directly, but it might be a little harder this time. Watch. So hang on. Yeah. Right here. Then putting it here might be a challenge especially if you didn't fit it in earlier. And yeah, there you go. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong, but normally the harness shouldn't be this hard to fit. Okay, good. So it did snap in, managed to snap in. So pretty cool. And then of course, well, let's try this head first. Now, I gotta admit, I mean, it's kind of cool that this head is with this guy because it's a incredibly different contrast in colors, right? So it sticks out, and it really, yeah, it really brings out, the look of the face and head because of the red, and it offsets the red, and vice versa. The red offsets the blue. Yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't really see a pilot like him walking around like this, so I'm gonna use this head, which I like better for this gentleman. Right, so there you go. And here we go, plug it in. Oop, a little bit tricky. All right, now this is kind of cool because you could see I was afraid that this thing would cover up a lot of this, and in a way it kind of does, depending on the angle, but it's not too bad. The only problem is you really can't, you don't have a strong range of moving left and right with this sucker. It's all right though. Thing looks really good still though, as a pilot. Yeah. So now comes the hands. The problem is, since there's no trigger hands in this, is just regular holding hands. Yeah, it might be a problem trying to get this to. Okay, so this, because if this is, let me see, this is the trigger hand, right? And you guys see me. Can this be the support hand? Um, I mean, I guess it can, but it's not ideal. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't look like it would be ideal at all. So I don't know. We might be more of a pistol guy until we could get we could use support hands instead. But yeah, I hope they do a hand pack for this so that we can. But we don't. So far, we don't have such a thing. We only have white ones for this guy. But you know, none right now. Yeah. So see, you'll notice that now that I put this sucker on, it doesn't really serve as a good support hand. It's just the stock hand. It isn't. You know what I'm saying? It just not um, for the rifle. So I mean, I guess depending on if you want to do the non-shoulder look, it'd be cool. But I don't know. It just some of these. Yeah, this doesn't work for me. I needed to do the. You need to be able to support rifle, so he's going to have to use this like this. You know, it just again, he's going to have to be a pistol guy. It makes sense because pilots pistols. You know what I mean? Pistol kind of thing going on. But yeah, I want this thing looks glamorous. I just love the color to this sucker. It's just so good. Yeah, and I love that. Let me show you kind of what he's like, a combination of, or Fisher Price is a combination of this dude, right? But with uh a Sligor's kind of armor and stuff. So that's a gosh dang win. You know what I mean? Um, see what I mean? There's a lot of shared parts, but in red looks really gosh dang good, especially in this chromatic candy apple red. It's a gosh dang win. Love it. Yeah. Um, Final thoughts on this fig. Uh, it ain't bad. Just you know, I really like it because the color was done really well. I'm never gonna get. I haven't been tired of tusk setups yet with legs and this armor in particular. I think it's really cool. Um, he uses a much longer arm, much like the science officer, the long gauntlet, which is a win. Um, the head this head sculpt ain't so bad either, but you guys know where I'm going with this. I'm giving it to the science officer because this blue, I think complements this better. So I'm gonna let you guys see it because it just gives you all the more incentive to get a Tusk Pilot just to get the head. You know what I'm saying? So so you can see how dope it looks to get, you know, with this head on, in my opinion, you know, to give it that alien look, science look. Especially, look, check this out, guys. I got it's especially since the Sentry, I love to use their alien head. Well, this alien head looks like it hecka makes more sense with this. You know what I mean? To add variety, and this guy can carry the lone guy with this head instead of just this head. This is not a bad look, but now if I get doubles of this, I can definitely have one in blue and one in this, which is a gosh dang clean look. You know what I'm saying? So incentive to get this head for the science officer, I'd say from this guy. You know what I mean? So it's a win. Now I wish that they had more hands like this so you could support this, but they don't have it, you know, right now, that I'm aware of. So if you guys know in the comments where I can get hands that are more, you know, of this color, you know, to congruent with this, let me know. That's of the alien style open rifle kind of situation. So yeah. Um, yeah. All right, folks. Well, that's all I got for this segment of Cosmic Legions, the um, Outpost. I can't even pronounce it. Uh, Outpost Zaxxius Tusk Pilot edition. I am your host, Coco Smooth, the Casual Collector. And until the next video, folks, ciao.